this is day 2 of teaching my draft horse to be light and soft to break the typical draft horse stereotypes. We're going to pick up where we left off yesterday, working on head down to review that, and then continuing the back up, trying to get him softer with that, and to work on getting him to be able to back up for longer as well. If we make good progress on that, we'll also start teaching him to bring his head around. But we'll see. I'm going to go ahead and ask him for head down. That's pretty good right there, so I'll probably review it again at the end of today's lesson, but I don't want to keep working on something he's already good at, so since he's good with that, we'll go ahead and work on the backup. So he waited right to the end of the 4, but he still took a step off back. It's about where we were yesterday, so today we'll build on that. Using the same concept that we started with yesterday to get to the point where he can back up softer and quicker. So there, he stepped back when I was just about 3 seconds of counting, which is a big improvement to waiting to the end of 4 seconds. So I'm going to go ahead and give him a little break, just to really reinforce that that's the right thing for him to do. I'll give him another little break for that. At this point, I've had like 3 times of him backing up softly before I reach that 4-second mark. So this time when I ask him to back up, if he does that, I'm going to go ahead and keep the pressure on a little bit longer to get a few extra steps and see if I can get him to take those extra steps while staying soft. That was a huge improvement to what he had been doing. Not only did he start backing up at just about 2 seconds of light pressure, he stayed soft for those several steps of backing up. So we're going to give him another little break for that, and then we'll ask again. So that was a definite huge improvement to how he used to be. So I'm going to go ahead and take a break from teaching the backup. I really didn't expect him to really kind of get it that quick. I don't want to drill at the same thing. So I'll take a break from backing up and go ahead and work on head around some as well. Okay, so to ask for the head around, it's definitely easier on the smaller horses where you can really get your elbow for their back. I obviously cannot do that with him, so I'll just have to put my hand up here. Put my hand here, holding the leader up. I'm going to stand next to them, but I'm also going to make sure I'm not in a position where I'm going to get stepped on as well. And I just pick up on this rein. All I want is for them to bring their head around. They don't need to move. If he kind of leans on the pressure, I'm just going to maintain it, building very slowly until he brings just his nose around. If he moves, I'm just going to stay with him. If he gives me a little, I'm going to do a small release just to kind of let him know what I'm asking. There came some, little release, then I start again, little release, start again, and he kept it there for a few seconds, so I'm going to give him a complete release for that. I will be having him come farther in the future, but right now I'm working on him understanding what it is I'm asking for. Just going to repeat the same thing on this side. Might be able to see easier. Lifting lightly. Staying with him, just maintain that pressure there. If he's moving, I don't increase the pressure. I just keep the pressure the same until he starts bringing his nose. So because he struggled more on this side, I went ahead and gave him a release and a break a little earlier on, because he wasn't just refusing, he was trying, he just wasn't sure what I was asking for. So once we had a good place I could release for, I did. We'll give him a little think about that, and then we'll try again. So that time he was much softer and more willing. So we're going to go ahead and give him a little break for that and switch back to the first side and see where he's at there. And we'll just build on from there. On that for a few minutes, both sides. We're going to see where he's at, see if he's good enough for us to stop for the day, or if we'll keep working on it. And that's pretty good for me. So that is definitely good enough on that side, especially for our first day. Let's see how he does on this side. So it's not quite as good on this side, so I'm going to do it a couple more times. And then if you can get a little bit better, we'll go ahead and quit for the day. Alright, so I've just been doing the same thing. I just don't have the phone storage to video all of it. We'll go ahead and see where he's at now. So definite improvement there, especially compared to where we started. Still not quite as good as the other side, but he definitely struggled more on this side. So I'm going to go ahead and quit there for today. It's a good note to end on for him. May work on back up a little bit more, just try to get him a little bit more speed. But that's just going to be the same as I've showed in the other videos, so I won't be adding that to today's training video. But yeah, we're going to continue to build on these things, as well as probably next will be some desensitizing and those type of things. So definitely follow along to see his entire training journey.